Hello.
Hello. Hello and welcome back to yet another live session with weDevs. And in today's live session, we are going to talk about a very helpful, at the same time, a very interesting topic, which is how WordPress helped small businesses to thrive in this pandemic. Again, before I go ahead and introduce myself, I would like to tell our viewers who are joining us today, please let us know if you have any questions or even if you would like to share your thoughts in our comment sections, both in our Facebook and YouTube live. Just mention your name and where you're from and comment below. Hi again. This is Humayra Binte Omar. I'm the Community Relations Executive of weDevs. And today we have with us is our brand ambassador all the way from Singapore, Henry. Henry, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi, everyone. All right, I can see some comments coming in. Towhidul, right? Hello,
Yeah.
well, how are you? Right. So I'm Henry Ho. I'm from Singapore. I run multiple e-commerce businesses, and I run a multi seven figures e-commerce business, and right now I'm also doing coaching. I actually teach people how to start their own e-commerce business, and specifically actually through WordPress and WooCommerce itself. Yep, I think I think that's
That's
that's that's all I have to introduce
oh
about
great.
myself.
Yeah, great introduction, Henry. So, why don't you tell your audience from Singapore to join in and welcome them? You can do it in your language if you want to.
Yeah, hi. Whoever is from Singapore, hi. How are you? Hope you are watching this right now. We actually have our own weDevs local community. Please do join us. Okay, just search in Facebook weDevs Community Singapore, and I hope to see you there as well.
Yeah, do join in our WeDevs community, and hopefully we can be of support regarding anything that you need, and we can educate you regarding our products. So you're more than welcome to join us in our Singaporean community that we have in Facebook, and you can contact me and Henry anytime if you need the link to it. And I will be also posting the link of the Singaporean group in our comment sections later on so that you can find it and join. So basically, today, as we have told before, we are going to talk about a very interesting topic, which is not very, technical. It is more about the, benefits of WordPress. So we know that businesses that have emerged successfully in today's online pivot are the ones that have leaned into digital solutions to enhance creativity, experiment rapidly with different business models or campaigns, and respond to changes in customer behavior. WordPress specifically has been fundamental by providing the flexibility and speed businesses need to quickly adapt to rapid acceleration of digital, as we all know. So, Henry, before we go into the WordPress, how WordPress helps us to create and contribute to small businesses, which is the topic of our day today, could you shortly describe what WordPress actually is and what it does?
What WordPress is a content management system, right? And it helps you to put up your own website very quickly, just through any web hosting that you have, right? Just connect it with your any WordPress hosting company that you have, and you can actually quickly put up a website with WordPress. Just choose a theme that sort of depicts the overall view of your website, and you can start promoting your website to others, and to share your content or to find leads for your business as well.
Yeah, and I think a lot of business also grew up centering WordPress. It's just not only creating websites to WordPress. There are dedicated companies like Such for Us, weDevs, also, which builds in plugins for WordPress. So it's like you can do a varieties of things, really, if you look into WordPress actually. It's just not website. And basically, if I have to add in simply, WordPress is a CMS platform, right?
Yes,
So
that's right.
yeah, it's a client management system, and it helps people to build website in a very easy way. You don't even need to know coding because its interface is so easy. You just have to, we can connect to different plugins, and we can just drag and drop and create our very own website in a very short period of time.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
So Henry, I have another question to you, is like, why do you think WordPress is such a popular choice for small businesses today, and especially in this pandemic?
um because with the ongoing pandemic, right, I think a lot of businesses, they, because this happened a little bit sudden, right, when we start hearing about about a virus that's going out there, within about 1 or 2 months, things starts to get very serious very
Yeah,
quickly, and a lot of businesses don't have the time to adapt. And that's why they are not sure as well. If I'm an online offline business, right, if I go online, what's going to happen? If I invest into this online business, how do I know my customers are actually online, right? So a lot of them are not very sure what's going to happen. So with WordPress, I think that's a very great platform for them to transition into the online uh business world, because with WordPress is a open source platform for anyone. So companies like weDevs, and many other WordPress development companies out there, they are able to create add-ons and plugins that help to improve the functionality of WordPress, and a lot of them will then be able to create the kind of website that they require for your business, without being have without having to invest in a with a very big cost uh in a certain area that they are not very sure that is the way to go for their business.
yeah, of course. And plus, WordPress is very easy to learn, and it's very easy to adapt. So people even who do not know coding, they can go in and open their own website with a bit of tutorial and with a bit of help, of course. So I think there is where WordPress comes in very handy. Again, I would like to add is, on average, two in five small and medium-sized businesses use WordPress globally, according to the WordPress engine research. So if we take an example, let's say if we take Australia, for example, WordPress saw a large, surge in usage in Australia in 2020, growing by approximately 14% during this pandemic, which is huge. So many small businesses could not have adapted to the explosion of online as quickly as they did without obviously this platform, helping them to get to the market quickly without breaking the bank. So if you look at an example, again, we're going to look at this Australian example, which is Metcash, for example, used WordPress to set up an emergency supply system for the elderly and the vulnerable within just several days, and which is really successful right now. This business, had their success in this peak time of COVID-19. So yeah, which is a great example of how WordPress is actually contributing in small businesses. So Henry, do you have any businesses in mind in Singapore during this pandemic or of this pandemic that is WordPress centric, and WordPress actually helped this business to grow? Any example that comes in your mind?
Yes, I do know of a lot of restaurants,
Yeah.
because there is no more dining option. In fact, right now in Singapore, we are going through what we call a heightened phase, where we can go out, but there is no dining in at all, and you can only hang out in a gathering of two people maximum. So we are not even talking about gathering; we are just talking about a
Oh
couple
wow.
being together. Right.
Oh
So
wow.
what I Yeah, so what is actually going on is that a lot of restaurants are actually moving online so that they can actually get customers, right? Because people can't dine in, right? So the
Yeah.
option would be then to go online and try to reach out to customers. And a lot of these restaurants, they have actually adopted WordPress and WooCommerce to showcase their menu and have customers purchase and have the food being delivered to their homes. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what's a lot of businesses are actually doing that right now.
Oh, that's great. I think if we even consider in my country, which is Bangladesh, I have seen, many of my friends using WordPress and developing their own websites. They're building up their own small businesses like clothing business or whatever that is. WordPress makes it very much easier for them to create a website and an online platform for them. And also, due to the plugins, the payment system that WordPress has is, it's very much easier and, country friendly as well. So yeah, so WordPress is actually helping us develop small businesses in various ways. And again, if we look at another example, which is like one of the most biggest example that I can give in this case, I think is a living example, is weDevs, our very own company. It obviously did not start off in this pandemic, but it is a WordPress centric startup which boomed. So we just started out as a WordPress blog and forum for developers, and the forum got so popular as and the WordPress enthusiasts got very much engaged to it. Then we developed our very first product, which is WordPress plugin WP user frontend back in 2011. And then in 2012, we started off as a small startup. Thanks to WordPress, we have a total of 8 products now. We gratefully can say that our small business has grown a lot, and now we are a big family of almost 100 employees. Most of our plugins are dedicated to empowering small businesses all over the world. If I, give an example, like one of our star products is Dokan, and it is one of the most powerful multi-vendor plugin powered by WooCommerce, and it has advanced features to create your own Amazon, Shopify, eBay, like multi-vendor marketplace within just 30 minutes. So if you go to our website, you can also find out various success stories, by which our small business owners have excelled by using the Dokan platform that we are providing. And that actually helped us, and it gives us great joy to see people actually using our product and helping themselves. So this is where we find the great joy to contribute to the lives of people, helping them economically. So yeah, Henry, would you like to add any tips and tricks to our audience by which they can actually use WordPress to start a small business? Like, what is the first thing that they should do?
I think one of the great ways, right? Because I'm an e-commerce entrepreneur here, right?
Yeah,
So
of
one of the
course.
great ways is that if you don't have a lot of cash on hand, one of the best way that you can actually contribute back to your community, right? Or within your neighborhood, right? Is actually to make use of Dokkan, right? Start a WordPress, WooCommerce, and Dokkan site, a multi-vendor store, and just go, take a walk down to your neighborhood and reach out to every single small business that, every single small little store or small little shops, within your neighborhood, and speak to them and get these store owners to list up their products on to your local neighborhood website, right? Put them
Yeah.
up, and so and then have these people manage their own store, right? Because a lot of these small businesses, the biggest problem is that they have no idea how to start something, right? And
Yeah.
you can be the one to contribute back to your community by reaching out to all your, your small businesses within your vicinity. Speak to them, get them to list up the products on your site, and people who are living in the area will then be able to easily, purchase these products and have it delivered to them. And in return, you are helping your neighborhood, you're helping the small businesses within your area, while at the same time, you're providing convenience to your customers, and you are also benefiting as well, right? By taking a small cut for your effort in doing this, and you don't have to come out any upfront fees for purchasing any inventory at all, just by using Dokkan, WordPress, WooCommerce, right? It's not going to cost you a lot of money. You just got to have a server to put up your WordPress site, and you can start a small business and help your neighborhood, help the small businesses within your vicinity, and help yourself as well.
So yeah, again, if we think about technical wise, WordPress is, has a very strong supportive community. Obviously, there are like a lot of tutorials online where you can see and build your own website. But again, WordPress has a very dedicated community where you can ask questions and you can get support from them. Yeah, so even if you want to use any of our weDevs products like Dokan, if you post questions in our community, we try our best to support you in every way possible. So yeah, WordPress should be, I guess, I even the the research tells that it is one of the number one things that people choose for creating their own small business. So yeah, Henry, off topic, I would like to say, ask you a question. Like, why did you choose to come to the WordPress business or WordPress industry? What inspired you? I have asked this
um
to our previous ambassadors as well. I find this very interesting.
you're saying like, how did I get involved in
Yeah,
WordPress?
WordPress. Yeah, how did you come to WordPress? How did you get involved?
I think I started about 10 years ago, right? So that's
Oh
quite
wow.
some time ago. I was just looking for a way to, market a small business of mine. It was more like a side hustle that I had, right? So I wanted to start something and be able to put up a small personal branding site. And I found that WordPress, is easy for me to put up a site, and start putting out some content to promote myself. And from then on, I've had some small successes, which then eventually I then started e-commerce businesses, and make use of WooCommerce, right? And that was how I kind of built up my journey with WordPress over time. And I'm a proud user of WordPress. I think I'm almost 10 years with WordPress right now, right? And I'm very grateful to the WordPress and WooCommerce community as well, because I do love not just WordPress, WooCommerce, but the developers and all the WordPress experts, and even normal users like myself as well, because everyone is willing to share, everyone is willing to help each other, because we are open source community, right? And
Of
we
course.
try to create tools to better WordPress and WooCommerce, and and we share that information out, right? Nothing is being held back when it comes to WordPress.
Yeah, so wow, your journey is pretty impressive. 10 years is a long, long time. And you're still in here in this industry and working for it. So this proves that you're really enjoying it here. So I'm just starting off here. So I hope I enjoy it as much as you do. People like you are truly inspiration. And I hope this inspires many young Singaporeans and the small business entrepreneurs there to use WordPress, and to thrive in this pandemic. Um, Again, Henry, I would like to say is that let's come back to the technicalities. So could you tell about WooCommerce in WordPress? What is it? Because when it comes to small business, I think WooCommerce plays a key role here.
Could you repeat your question again?
Yeah, so could you tell our audience a bit about WooCommerce in WordPress? What is WooCommerce actually?
Right. So what WooCommerce is? WooCommerce is actually a plugin, right? It's a add-on onto your WordPress website that enables e-commerce features so that you can actually upload your products. You can set payment methods. You can set shipping methods. You can enable transactional emails so that whenever your orders are being shipped, whenever you receive payments, these notification emails comes in and goes out to your customers as well, right? So that's I guess pretty much what WooCommerce is. You can also with the core WooCommerce plugin, you are also able to create coupons so that you can actually give discounts if you need to, or maybe run certain promotions to your customers as well.
So yeah, this is like the main. If you want to build up a business using WordPress, this is like one of the basic things that you need to know. WooCommerce is a very popular plugin that people tend to use when they build up their small businesses. So let us take a question from our audience. We have Towhidul, I think, from Bangladesh. He wants to ask you, I guess, Henry. Tell us your most difficult situation you have encountered in your career as a WordPress developer or in WordPress in general.
I guess I wouldn't call myself a developer. I do have developers on my team. I'm not that good with the technical aspect, right? I
More
pretty
of a
much
marketing person. We're
have
more
more of
of
a marketing
marketing
person.
people. We're there out
Yeah,
there with the community. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, because the cool thing about WordPress is like everyone who's using it, we network together, and we get to know each other. All right, so it's not just developers that are using WooCommerce and WordPress. It's not just marketers like us, but like graphic designers, web designers, copywriters, content writers. A lot of us, we work with WordPress and WooCommerce itself. Myself, as a, I guess, difficult situation, I don't really have any in terms of WordPress itself, but I guess for me was when it comes to starting a business, of course that requires some grit involved, right? Because not many people are going to succeed in their first business.
Of
So for
course.
me, even my very first website, even though I did have it ranked up high in Google, probably was number one in Google, but that doesn't mean that I succeed as well, right? Because you
Yeah.
getting that doesn't mean that, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money. And but that gave me some ideas of what I need to do, what I can do to achieve certain results. And from then, I mean, my lowest point in life was I was actually fired from my job, and then I was pretty broke. I only had about 1 month of you know income left. I would say it's 1 month of savings, right,
That was
before
tough.
I go empty, right. So my lowest point, I would say that I was actually having I would buy a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter, and I'll have it for every single meal for quite a long period of time, that your taste bud kind of feels
Numb
jaded,
at that
because
point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I am thankful of WordPress and WooCommerce because of this as well. Is that even through my lowest point in life, I was still able to make use of WordPress and WooCommerce to create an income for myself, and I would say that I'm really grateful to WordPress and WooCommerce, not just the people who have created it, but also the community that helps me and keeps me going on.
Oh, that's a very inspiring story, Henry. Thank you for sharing us. I hope sharing it with us. I hope the audience finds it inspiring and they can be inspired to use WordPress to start their own small business. Whoever is struggling right now with employment, as we all know. Throughout the world we are in a crisis since it's pandemic. A lot of people are losing their jobs and they're unemployed. It's a difficult time for all of us, health wise, mental wise, economically. So if WordPress is actually helping a lot of people to start their own business, and so that they can be independent, not dependent upon a job for anything. So we should be very much thankful to WordPress for this. um Again, coming back to you, Henry, would you how would you tell our Singaporean audience to actually get involved in the community, and how to get started with WordPress, since we're focusing mostly on our Singaporean audience here today?
Right. So what you want to be doing? The first thing is to join our local Singapore community. We have the local weDevs community Singapore. So we have a Facebook group for that, and we are in the process of setting up a meetup group for weDevs as well.
Yeah.
And do join us in the WordPress Singapore community and the WooCommerce Singapore community as well. And I just happened to volunteer my time to not just weDevs but WordPress and the WooCommerce community as well as a co-organizer. So definitely do join us. Every single month we have meetups, and we share ways to build your site, improve your site, market your site, or even just pretty much hang out with the community, and we will definitely help you out as well.
The great thing is the things that we like, the conversations or the way we interact in our community, it's nothing formal. You can come up with any problems that you have, and we're ready to help. We're ready to chit chat over coffee and help you out. So let's take another question from our audience. We have again somebody from Bangladesh called Shah Jamil Niloy. I guess he has a question for us. He wants to tell us, he wants to know what's one of our favorite plugins in WordPress, and which one helped you the most, which one helped us the most. Henry, would you like to answer? Then I'll go.
Sure, no problem. I think one of my favorite that is actually developed by weDevs is conversion tracking, WooCommerce Conversion Tracking Pro.
Yes,
That's something that I actually employ on all my sites.
that's great.
Is actually not being marketed by weDevs at all. It's actually marketed by WooCommerce.com themselves through their official WooCommerce plugin store itself. So you can actually get WooCommerce Conversion Tracking Pro from WooCommerce.com. On top of that, I make use of Elementor, and so Happy Add-ons is something that I also make
Yeah.
use of, right? And we also use this what is it called? WP Project Manager Pro, right?
Yeah.
We actually make use of that, and we actually because there's the integration with Slack. uh we use that for communication. At the same time, we use the project
To
management
manage the whole system. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. And I I don't actually run an agency, but sometimes I get a lot of friends that come up to me and ask for some solutions as well. And what I always recommend to them, because some of them they actually run physical stores, right? And I
Of
actually
course.
recommend them to make use of WePOS and WP ERP as well. So
Yeah.
those are weDevs products, and of course, on top of that, on my own store, I make use of plugins like WooFunnels. WooFunnels. So that is one of my favorite plugins because it helps me to increase my um, increase my what do you call it long term sorry lifetime value of my customers, right?
And productivity of your company as a whole. Yeah.
Yes, yes, right. So because WooFunnels is a WooCommerce funnel plugin, right? It helps to upsell your customers so that you get a bigger value when they check out. So you make a little bit more money on every single order that they place, right? And also, of course, it will be your SEO plugins, right? Personally, I make use of Rank Math. Make use of SEO Press as well, but of course, when I first started out, I just make use of the free version of Yoast SEO. But of course, they all do a pretty similar job. I wouldn't say that anyone is better than any. As long you know what you're doing, all of them they are great tools itself. Just that
Yeah.
some makes it a little bit more convenient, right? So Shah Jamil, Niloy, I hope I answer your questions. So these two are the most uh, mainly used by myself. I forgot to mention one more as well. That is
Yeah.
Short Pixel itself, right? So
Okay.
because having your site load very fast is very important,
Very
especially
important.
if you
Yeah.
run. Especially if you run a Dokkan store, or you run even a WooCommerce store, and if you have a lot of products, right? What happens is that you got a lot of images on your site, and your site starts to load a little bit slower. So what you want to
Yeah.
be doing is make use of image compression plugins, and I highly recommend ShopPixel myself because it really compresses the size into a very small file size, and at the same time, it doesn't lose too much of the quality of the images, right? Definitely recommend all of you to make use of ShopPixel on your website. They have a free plugin that helps you to optimize your images so that over time, your website does not slow down. Right, that's a very important thing when it comes to the user experience, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I completely agree on this part. Me myself as a user, when I see website is loading, I get so impatient. I'm like, I get out of it as fast as I can. So I think that is the number one thing the people should keep in mind, to keep their websites as fast as they can. And thank you for suggesting such a useful plugin for that. um as for me, I haven't done so much into the WordPress world like you. I think I started off using just simple Elementor plugin. I built my portfolio website using the Elementor plugin, and I think that is a very helpful plugin, and I think that would be one of my most favorite plugin if I would have to answer Shah Niloy's question.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think people are just coming here and saying hi to all of us. Hi, how are you? Hi,
Hi,
how are
PD. How
you?
are you? How's it going?
Hi, how's it going? Hope if you have any questions, audience, please do comment below. We'll try to answer your questions and any queries that you have. Yeah, so basically, I guess we have kind of covered anything that we have related to the small businesses in WordPress. Again, Henry, last advices to our audience. Do you have any last advice on how they can, use WordPress to use their small business? I think then we can move on.
Yeah, I think the first thing would be to start a site, right? You want to start a
Yeah.
site. Um, whatever business you're in, how I feel is that even if you have no idea what you want to be doing,
Yeah.
just put up something, maybe just share about something that you are passionate about, right? So
Yeah.
just recently, about a month or so ago, I'm actually a very sort of a geeky person, right? So I'm actually very interested in like different plugins, different tools, different tools out there, right? So I will try different stuff to see what works best for my business. And I recently started a community, and just by and then just sharing my thoughts on some of the different tools, just making some reviews on my YouTube channel, and I put up all this information. I also write blogs on my website itself, and it was able to create a very passionate community on my own. And at the same time, I was able to create a very interesting community, and a handsome income for myself as well. So I would say that is don't think so much, right? Just whatever you're passionate about, just share it with the world. Share it through your writing, or share it through any form of content. It could be a podcast, it could be a video. You can put stuff out on YouTube, and have a website to consolidate all your videos all together. And and then over time you will start to see a following for yourself, and with this following, then you can then monetize and turn it into a real passion business that you are going to be happy about, right?
I completely agree with you. Just do it. Start off with something, even if it's a blog, simple blog website. Just you can always transform it. WordPress gives you that flexibility. You have different plugins. You can just install a plugin and transform your website to anything you want. Just start off, start building your community. Just like as you said, that's gonna having a kickstart is what you need. That's the main inspiration that you need. So we have another question from Tawhidul. I think it's rather a silly question, that which he says, which plugin would you use if you wanted to sell memes?
Towhidul, I actually haven't tried different plugins myself. I guess if you want to have a like a marketplace, right? Like a
Yeah.
multi-vendor store, then I guess WooCommerce and Dokkan would be great. I have not tried other the e-commerce tools out there, but personally myself, I only have experience with WooCommerce, and I think that is what I would recommend. But I do know that there is plugins like Easy Digital Downloads, but I've not tried that before, because I am a physical product seller, right? I sell physical products, so I don't deal with the digital products. So I don't have any suggestions on that. But then again, memes are digital products, so you might want to check that out as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dokkan can also help in this, since, it's a multi-vendor platform. Take memes
Yeah,
from different places and put it out for sale if you want to.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. I am really interested to just like the idea that I shared earlier, right? Just
yeah.
reaching out to the neighborhood, and putting up a Dokkan store for the neighborhood. I think that's a great idea. And even if it doesn't make me money, I feel happy that I'm just able to give back to the people around me, right? And I think that's something that I really want to try it out. In a couple of months, once I I'm done with some of the workload that I have right here. And one thing cool about Dokkan as well is, if you start a community, right? If you start a community, a lot of people are going to come up to you. So, for example, if you are interested in camping, and you write a lot of content about
Yeah.
camping, you have a community of people who are into camping, so you might be reviewing certain products, right? And what happens is
Yeah.
that companies who sell those kind of products would then approach you, and you can actually help them uh, by putting up a Dokkan store, and having these vendors sell through you through the store itself as well, right? And I think that that is a very great idea of what Doka is actually able to offer you.
Yeah. So thank you, Tawhidul. It was a very amusing question that you asked. So yeah, I think we have kind of covered all of the bits and bytes that we have on how to actually start off your small business or website however you can, using WordPress. Of course, we gave a very generalized idea over here, nothing too deep, since this is a very generalized conversation that we are having here today. And so, yeah, Henry, I think we can pack up. So, would you like to give any ending notes to our audience before we go?
I would say that just just take some actions, that's all. Right, just
Yeah.
whatever you're passionate about. I'm sure all of you you have something that you're passionate about. It could be animes, it could be whatever, it could be something serious, it could be something that is leisure. Just share it with the world, right? And I'm sure that people will appreciate your content, and from there you can create something that you're passionate about, and uh, have returns from it as well, right? Get returns from it as well.
Yeah. So, basically, it's like just about starting off. So yeah, from my side too, I hope this session helped you guys to get a basic insight of what WordPress can do to help you start your own business. And even if you have any questions, you can totally reach out to us, and we're here to help you out. And hope you found this discussion useful, and maybe it encouraged some of you guys to start your own business using WordPress. Before we say our goodbyes, I want to say that keep an eye on our weDevs page and community, and also our YouTube channel for some exciting webinars. Please like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Till then, stay safe and stay safe and stay healthy. We will be seeing you in our next webinar. So bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.